there's no surprise, and when you change clubs, you just hope to have a performance, you hope to contribute, but the way that he played tonight, I haven't seen him burst out the front of stoppages for a long time. So Jared Witts has got a big part to play in that. He had a fantastic game with no real recognised ruckman in the opposite side. But we speak about his kicking, and I'm really keen to talk to him about his kicking. 83%, I think you said, Gaz, did he win at? He played in congestion a lot of Melbourne. Maybe that was just the way that they played. But tonight, the way that the Gold Coast moved the ball, the way that he ran his patterns, it meant that he had a lot of space to run into, and he could pick his targets. And he didn't overkick the ball. He just tried to put it into the leading lane or to the player's advantage. But he was everywhere.
Yeah, I think the player that really helps him being able to execute that forward half midfield is Touk Miller. So Touk starts at half forward and then comes up, and it impacts almost that swapping role where Christian all of a sudden has that license to be that forward half player. And you're right, like there was a lot of times where he had no frontal pressure. So he looked every bit of the player that they hope they get.
Highest rated performance. Sorry.
Yeah, of his career, the fourth highest by Gold Coast player. I just imagine the first three are
Gas.
Gas.
Righto. Well, he's got the headset on now, and he's been good enough to join us. Christian, welcome. Tell me, when you went to bed last night, you put your head on the pillow. Could you have dreamt that your debut match for the Gold Coast Suns would go the way it has tonight? Congratulations. It was an unbelievable performance.
Thanks, guys. It's no, I didn't think we'd play in the way we did. Obviously, we dream in that and hope we do and do all the prep for that. But to come out and put a four quarter, probably 3.5 to be honest. But it was awesome. It was an amazing feeling.
Highest rated match of your career, Christian, even above the 21 grand final. So did it feel like that? You're in the zone tonight?
Yeah, I feel like I play my best when I'm just my defense and contest. All the other stuff and the offense will take care of itself. As long as I'm around the ball hunting and putting that pressure on, I know that the rest will take care of itself. So I'm just super grateful to be at this footy club and to be back playing and doing what I love.
Track, I want to talk about your chemistry with Bailey Humphries, particularly in the first half. You two just seemed to know where each other were. Most of the time. He talked about you in glowing terms in the impact you've had. So can you talk us through the chemistry you've got together, you two?
Yeah, Humper's just such an incredible person. On the field, you see what he does. He's just so powerful and explosive. But off the field, he's just such an amazing human and someone that I've loved to connect with. And reminds me of myself. Puts a lot of pressure on himself when he's. It's only his fourth year, which is it's pretty remarkable. The growth he's had from last year, fourth in the best and fairest, and obviously now to kick 4 in the first game. But yeah, that chemistry is awesome. I think it's something we're constantly building, not just myself and Bailey, but there's a lot of guys. Obviously, Touk, Noah, when Rowley's back as well. So it's great that we've got a lot of depth in there, and we can obviously be versatile.
You speak about chemistry. You've roved under one of the greatest ruckmen ever to play the game. Jared Witts seems like he gave you some really good service tonight, which means you can get on the move with confidence.
Yeah, I mean, it helps when you've got guys like Noah and who sacrifice a lot about their own game. I think he was getting tagged by O'Connor in the first half and, moved himself into positions where there was a bit more space through the front. And obviously Alex Davies is someone who, his inside stuff is awesome. So we're able to get out a little bit. But Geelong midfielders are unbelievable. Atkins is he's just an unbelievable player. He's so underrated. And we knew that their contest was their strength. So, we had to match him in there.
You're a player that's really diligent. You go to work on your weaknesses, and some of the criticism over the past has been your kicking. It looked like tonight you didn't try and overkick the ball, but your skill level, especially by foot, was at an elite level. You put in some work on that particular part of your game?
Yeah, I almost put in too much, to be honest. I'm out there on my day off kicking at the rugby. There's no footy ovals up here. It's all rugby pitches. So I'm out there kicking set shots every bloody day, and so it's frustrating when they don't go in, but as I think I spoke to you last year about, I texted you about, I think for me the biggest thing is kicking, I'm not trying to blast the hell out of it, just being simple with it, letting my power do it. When I'm kicking at 80%, 75%, that's when I'm kicking my best. So I understand that's probably part of my game that, is probably, I guess, not as strength as my other things, but I guess that's what wakes me up in the morning and tries to get me better each day is focusing on those weaknesses and trying to make them better.
And Track, your coach, obviously premiership coach, just give us your observations of him and what you've seen in the first 2 or 3 months at the club.
I mean, Dimmer speaks for himself, his accolades. He's just an incredible coach, and off the field he's such a great connector with his relationships and ability to get the best out of everyone at the footy club, not just players but staff as well. And yeah, his experience, obviously coaching, Dusty and winning those 3 flags is something that I've taken a lot off in the last 3 months, and his ability to help me with that role and understand that. And but also Sean Grigg as well is someone who I've connected really closely with as a midfield coach. He's someone that was the Vicks midfield coach as well. He's highly rated within the industry. He was the Geelong midfield coach when they won the flag. So he's someone that I lean to as well for advice as well. So yeah, coaches, I don't envy their role. It's a tough role. They put a lot of pressure on themselves and a lot of pressure from the industry. But Dim has been awesome.
So yeah, so just one last follow-up on that. Just you mentioned Dusty's name there, and to us it you look like Dustin Martin out there, even though you're a superstar in your own right. So clearly Dimmer's passed on some of that in Dusty's role into your game.
Yeah, I think even before I came here, I was playing that role at Melbourne, and Goody and the club allowed me to do that, which I'm really grateful for and fortunate for too. So I've always played that mid-forward and ability to go, I guess, as a midfielder or a forward, and same as Bailey as well. I think we have the license to kind of, Bailey at the moment was playing really well as a forward, and I was playing really well as a mid, so we decided to say, there might be games where we're flipping. So I think, as I said before, like the versatility within the midfield is something that, is a strength of ours. So you saw Noah get off the chain a little bit towards the end as well. He kind of went forward as well, which is good.
You're going to get another 100,000 followers after this. What are you cooking up tonight? Brownie's a bit peckish. He might drop into your joint on the way home.
I'm not sure. I think we've got pizzas after this.
He's a fisherman now. He goes crabbing and fishing. He reckons.
True Italian, off the right here, Geordie. So.
Seen young Jack down with a few crab pots.
Well done, mate. It was great to watch you in action. You've made a fantastic start at your new club, and it's exciting times ahead. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Christian Petracca has just blown one up tonight. He's just put 3 Brownlow votes down as a marker, and boy.
Imagine what he could do with the meat tray on his cooking show, but I'm not
it's
sure.
It's not going to the best player. Hang on.
No.
The meat tray doesn't go to the best player. The Kentucky Fried...
Imagine, yeah, I know.
Don't veer.